21 reasons why I prefer the Vivo X Fold 3 over the Samsung Z Fold 4. Now, I just told y'all, I just dropped a video about 15 reasons why I prefer the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 4 over the Vivo X Fold 3. So now I'm going to share with you 21 reasons why I prefer the Vivo X Fold 3 over the Samsung Z Fold 4. First, better presentation. So with the Vivo X Fold, you're going to get a better presentation, meaning you're going to get a better box, you're going to get a case, and you're going to get a big whopping 80-watt charger in the box. Of course, you know with Samsung, you don't get nothing in the box except a charging cable. Next, face unlock. The face unlock on the Vivo is way better than the Samsung. It's not even close. You see, it's not even close. Okay, I can't even do that with the Samsung. So face unlock is way better than the Z Fold 4. Next, the side mounted fingerprint sensor is actually better than the Samsung Z Fold 4 as well, because for some reason when I'm using the Samsung, I always got to hit it twice. But see, with the Vivo, I hit it one time, it comes open every time, and you see how fast it opens. So the side mounted fingerprint sensor is also better on the Vivo than the Z Fold 4. Next, you're going to get a larger cover display, which I'm sure you can easily see. It's not even close. I mean, it's considerably taller and wider at 6.53 inches. Okay, it's taller and it's wider. You're only getting this at 6.2 inches. So it's shorter and it's much more narrow. Just a much narrower. Now, some people like, the one-handed use and narrowness of the Z Fold 4, and that's okay. You like what you like. But for me, when I want to use a phone like a regular phone and don't have to open it, I'm going with the Vivo, okay? Because you could use this more like a regular candy bar style device as opposed to this. Now, it just depends on you. Me, I literally don't have to open this to use it. This one, for me, I got to open it up because it's just too narrow for me. I love the device, don't get me wrong, but it's just too narrow. When you got something like this is just much better. So when it comes to cover display, I'm definitely going with the Vivo. Next, you're going to get a brighter cover display. 2,340 nits of sustained brightness plus Dolby Vision. You're not getting any Dolby Vision on the Z Fold 4, and you're definitely not getting a display that bright. Now, you do have an extra brightness toggle inside here in the settings where you could actually get some more brightness. But even at its highest peak brightness, it's still not brighter than the Vivo. It's just not. Next, you're going to get a larger inner display at 8.3 inches. This thing is huge. Now, I'm opening up the Z Fold 4. So you can clearly see that the Vivo is a much taller and wider device at 8.3 inches. The Samsung comes in at 7.6 inches. Now, some people don't want a display this big. Some like it this small. It's a little more easy for them to handle. That's up to you. But for me, bigger is better. I'll take the bigger size. Thank you very much. Next, you're going to get a brighter inner display as well. Again, 2,340 nits sustained brightness with Dolby Vision. So not only is the display bigger, but it's also brighter. Next, larger battery capacity. With the Vivo X Fold 3, you're getting a 5,500 milliamp hour battery. With the Samsung, you're only getting 4,400. Next, with the Vivo, you're getting better battery life. With this device, I'm getting 2 full days. Okay, that's with over 7 hours of screen on time. Also, that's 100% peak brightness. I mean, 100% brightness, always on display on all the time, and at its highest resolution, and also visual enhancement. Everything that can enhance the display, I got everything turned on, at its highest setting, and I'm still getting 2 full days. I can barely get through a day with the Z Fold 4. Next, 80-watt wired charging. I can charge this device from 0 to 100% in 42 minutes. With the Z Fold 4, you're only getting 25 watts, and you're looking at an hour and 40 minutes. No, but I say about an hour and 20 minutes. Okay, 42 minutes here. Much faster at 80 watts as opposed to 25 watts, which I think is a shame for a device that cost almost $2,000 and you only getting 25 watts of charging. That's a joke. Then people keep saying, "Oh, if it charges faster, you'll degrade the battery." Listen, I got phones that has very, very high charging speeds that I've had now for a couple of years, and I'm still getting great battery life. So that's a bunch of bullcrap. It's not true that you're going to degrade the battery faster because you could charge the phone faster. That's nonsense, okay? And if Samsung is using that excuse, or you're using that excuse for Samsung not giving you faster charging speeds, then more power to you. I'll take the 80 watts. Next, the crease. The crease is much better on the Vivo. As you can see right there, it's not a deep ravine. And of course, when the phone is on, you're not going to even see it at all. Let's take a look at the Samsung. As you can see, that's much deeper. See, that Vivo did it a whole lot better than the Samsung. Now this one may be a little wider, but this one is definitely a lot deeper and more noticeable. Next, tint mode. Now this is something I really like. I wish Samsung had it. You just turn this over like this, and you automatically got a clock. And it stays on for like 3 hours. Now, I wish it stayed on longer, but 3 hours is good. I wish it was on permanently, only because, something I like to, put on my desk, when I'm, I go to sleep and I wake up in the middle of the night, which I often do to have to go to the bathroom. And I could turn around and easily see the time because it's so big, but it only lasts for 3 hours. But I still like that. That's cool. That's called tint mode. I love that. Turn this back on. Next, extended RAM. So that's something that the Z Fold 4 cannot do. I could extend the RAM. So I could extend the RAM on here up to 24 gigs. So it starts with 12 gigs. I could add an additional 12 gigs. Now, of course, you're going to be using some of your internal storage, which is not a big deal. It's not. I mean, it comes with 256 gigs of storage. And of course, you can always get a 512 or a terabyte. But I like that you could add more RAM if you want. So I get excellent RAM management on this device. But extended RAM is something that Samsung devices don't do. Next, I get better charging animations on here. Now, I forgot. Let me see. No, I actually can show y'all. Got this cord right here. So I can show you the battery charging animation, which is so nice. I love it. Samsung, it's just a circle, it's green, and it's straight up boring. But check out this animation when I charge the phone in. I mean, put the put the cord in. Look at that. It looks like blue fire, like a blue fire flame. I love that. Now I know for some of y'all don't care about stuff like that, but I actually do. I really do. Like, those little touches matter. With Samsung, you get the same old boring little green circle. Look at that. That's whack. That is so, and it don't even stay on that long. That's just whack and boring. Come on, man. That's weak. So the battery charging animation, I love it on the Vivo X Fold 3. Next, dynamic effects. Now, I'm not going to show you all of those only because, I don't want this video to be super long. But I did a full review, so you can check out my full review of the Vivo X Fold 3. But with dynamic effects, which something that Samsung don't have, they got dynamic wallpapers, but they don't have dynamic effects. And what I mean by that, you got a home screen transition animation, you get a home screen entering animation, and after unlock, you get a screen on and off animation, you get a face recognition animation, and you get sliding effects. Now I can show you the sliding effects real quick. Well, now it doesn't do it on the inner display, I guess because it's so big. But on the outer display, see this right here? See the way that turns? Like it's called rolling barrel. See, I like you can get different effects like this with this device, but you can only use it, with the outer display. I guess because of the inner screen is just so huge. But these are things that I wish Samsung did. Now you can get, I think they give you like 6 or 7 different type of ways, you can change, going back and forth between pages. And I always like the rolling barrel. That's my favorite. But you do get different ones, and I like that a lot. So that's something you're not going to get on the Z Fold 4. Next, the alert slider. Now the alert slider on here is right there. It's a little different. It's not quite exactly the same as the OnePlus. This one goes from being from sound to vibrate, so you don't get the silent mode, but you do get the silent. See, flip. See, right there. I just did it. Let me see, because I never use it. I always keep my phones. Got it. I always keep my phones on vibrate all the time anyway. So I'm sorry, it goes from ring to silent. So not vibrate. So you don't get vibrate. So it goes from ring to silent. Okay. Now, for me, I keep it on silent. That works for me. You can see it pop up here. Tells you what it is. See, now it's on ring. Show you that real quick. And now you got silent. See, regular silent. And I usually keep mine on silent, because I get so many notifications. I can't have this thing going off all the time. Next, you get an IR blaster. Okay, on the top. Let me show you. I got it right here in one of my folders, which I absolutely love. So you get that universal remote control. I love that. Gotta have it. Once you have this, you always want to, have something like this. And keep in mind, it's not just about TVs. You can see here, AC, set top box, fan, smart box, DVD player, AV receiver, projector, and camera. So it's not just about the TV. That's what makes IR blasters so unique and so cool. I love these. They have some that could also operate your hot water heater too. Next, you're going to get a better front-facing camera on the cover display. So on this camera right here is actually better than the front-facing camera on the Z Fold 4. Next, you're going to get a better front-facing inner camera. It's right there in the corner. You really can't see it right now because of the wallpaper, but Samsung's is under the display. And it's not very good. It's just not. It's not clear. It's kind of blurry looking. But Vivo's is in this corner. You just can't see it now because of the wallpaper. But it's nice and bright and crisp and clear. It's really, really good. Samsung, that Z Fold 4 camera is not good. It's just not. The outer one is okay, but it's still not better than the Vivo. Next, I get better performance on the Vivo X Fold than I do my Samsung. It's just Vivo, Xiaomi, Oppo, and OnePlus. Their phones just are smoother. It's just I look. You got to get one, and you can see the way how smooth they are. I mean, just smooth in and out of apps, just so smooth and so quick. And also, this phone is faster and it's more responsive. Like the minute I touch it, it's going to respond. Like the least little touch, it's going to respond. So better performance overall with the Vivo X Fold 3. It's not even close when it comes to performance. And last but surely not least, the cameras. The cameras are, look, I don't even know what to say. They're considerably better than the cameras on the Z Fold 4. I mean, these cameras on this device are ridiculous. The brightness, the clarity, the crispness, the sharpness, the contrast, whatever all them fancy words people want to say about the camera, this phone has it all. All three of these lenses are 50 megapixels. Now I know it ain't all about the megapixels, but trust me when I tell you, go and check out my full review on this device. Go straight to the camera section, look at them photos, and then you tell me. These are flagship cameras, okay? Now, you know how people have been harping and complaining about Samsung and their foldables not putting flagship cameras in their devices for years now? Well, these are flagship cameras. These are not. Now, these are good cameras. Don't get me wrong. They're very good. They're very serviceable, but they don't hold a torch or a candle to this device. It's like night and day. It's not even close. So those are the 21 reasons why I prefer the Vivo X Fold over the Z Fold 4. The Vivo X Fold 3 is my favorite foldable device, period. Now, I only had Samsung foldable devices before I got the Vivo. So this is all I knew. Of course, I saw Pixel Fold, which I'm not interested in. I just don't care for it. And I see the OnePlus Fold. Now, that's a fold I'm actually interested in, the OnePlus Open. So I'm just waiting for that price to come down a little more, and then I'll probably end up grabbing that. Or I may wait for the OnePlus Open 2. I don't know. So it just depends. But that's the next fold that I'm definitely going to get. The Pixel, I'm not interested in the Pixel Fold only because I don't know. I'm just, with the Pixel software, it's just boring to me. It's like I said, I like stuff like OnePlus, Oxygen OS, One UI, Color OS is fine with me. Origin OS is fine. But the Pixel launcher, I mean, that stock Android thing, it ain't for me. It's boring. Now I love my 8 Pro, my Pixel 8 Pro. I do, but I'm not a big fan of stock Android or vanilla Android. I'm just not a big fan of that. I'm just not. It's boring. They just don't give you enough customization with those devices. Just not. So those are the 21 reasons why I prefer the Vivo over the Z Fold 4. This is by far my favorite device. I just wish it had wireless charging, reverse wireless charging, and in-display fingerprint sensor on the outer display and the inner display like the Pro does. And I wish I could have gotten the Pro, but it's still super, very expensive, more money than I want to spend. So I may end up getting the very first Vivo X Fold. I may do that because it does come with wireless charging, reverse wireless charging, and an in-display fingerprint sensor on the outer display and the inner display. And it still charges relatively fast at 67 watts and also 50 watt wireless charging and 10 watt reverse wireless charging. So that might be a device I may be getting soon. So stand by for that. All right. All right. Thank you guys for taking the time to view this content. I do appreciate it. I hope everybody out there staying safe, staying well, and I'll check you guys out in the next one. Peace.